Hello Libras, what is up? Welcome to Flavored Vivid. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Carissa. The way that I do my readings is intuitively. I like to start off in your etheric energy, ground it down to the physical, some general messages. I pull a spread on your finances and career. I'll pull a spread on your love life, and then I close it out with spirit guide messages. Libras, you have a really interesting energy. The message overall is that your abundance is defrosting. I feel like there was a bit of like a freeze here, whether it was on hiring, finding a new job, or it's just like you kind of being aloof and being out in the cold around the energies around you or what's really going on. But things are warming up for you. It's defrosting, okay? You're gonna discover like some sort of new talent or some sort of new opportunity. There's something that's going to arise for you. It's a gift though from the divine. I do see some of you guys are gonna be moving. You can be moving in with a partner, or this is just like you opening your heart and welcoming love. I do see that you need to be vigilant though, which is interesting because yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You got the Seven of Wands from both tarot decks. I pre-shuffle the decks just so that I can use them here live, but it's like you're in the midst of removing obstacles, but you might be surrounded by these obstacles. Okay, you just moved. Wonderful. Congratulations, Eric. Some of you guys, it's like you're surrounded by people that are constantly partying, okay, that are, in their ego. It's just like you're surrounded by energies that aren't good for you. So be mindful of that. For those of you guys that are, stay silent, or I'm not stay silent, silent your mind, connect with your soul, ground your energy here. Get rid of that destructive habit of like justifying those energies, okay? Justifying, their behavior, or even you, if like you're like, well, it's the weekend. Like if you're living for the weekend, there's something much deeper going on. Eric, it's kind of boring. Yeah, it absolutely is. I'm a firm believer that if people don't know how to be by themselves, or like spend a weekend by themselves, or do something without drugs or alcohol or something like that, there's a much deeper rooted issue there. So yeah, I don't know, but there's something here about this I just heard hero's journey. So it could have something to do with like hero's journey, where hero's journey, a lot of people believe that like using ayahuasca or mushrooms or bufo or something like that is going to bring them a level of ascension, and they end up like spiritually bypassing what is actually going on. So perhaps you're around like an enlightened group of individuals here that are always partying. Like this thing that they're not finding enlightenment, they are partying. Yeah, DMT. And I'm not demonizing any of those substances or any of those medicines, because they can be medicine. However, anything out of moderation is an addiction, and that's something that I feel like some people need to look at, and that could be what's like really freezing your abundance here. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, honor your gentleness, and there's something here about removing obstacles, okay, with earth magic, removing obstacles. Card number 26, breaking down to number 8. So there's been a pattern in your life of obstacles that you have been warned about. Okay, again, and 8s represent abundance as well. It's not just patterns, but I feel like this is a pattern where it's like, even if you keep making new friend groups, it's like that's all they do, that's all they do, that's all they do. I really feel like it's the community that you're surrounded around, and your inability to silence your mind, connect with your soul, and keep your energy grounded. Okay. So there's a lot of past life influences that are around you at this time right now. But again, your abundance is defrosting. Some of you guys already went through all of these energies, and this is more of a different timeline, a different reading for you, and the fact that now that you've eliminated all these energies out of your life and you've seen the truth of the situation, the abundance is really coming through, and you've already been on this voyage and you've freed yourself from this energy. Others of you guys, you're still having the opportunity to free yourself, and that's going to defrost your abundance. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what all of this is about for my Libra collective. Messages please for the Libras. Messages for the Libras. some of you guys could have like an ear infection, or your child does, or there's something here about like an ear being clogged. You could have a lot of ringing in your ears as well, okay? Something of that sort, okay? You keep wondering if you made the right choice. I absolutely believe that you did, and I feel like it's really gonna align and open up all that abundance for you, Eric, okay? Divine Mother, nurturing, compassion, and strength. And then we have Shamanic Journey in the reverse. I'm telling you, I am picking up here, power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. I'm telling you, I'm picking up on an energy here with shamanic energy in the reverse. Someone here who is watching this, you need to lay off the mushrooms, the ayahuasca, the bufo, the DMT, whatever you're doing, ecstasy, I don't care. I mean, cocaine, whatever it is. Lay off of like the drugs that you're using for your ascension process. Okay? Please. It's like destroying you. It is destroying you. You're not ascending. It's an ego trap. Okay? Anyway, some of you guys, or others of you guys, because that message isn't going to be for everyone. You've been smoking. You know, again, I don't demonize anything. I know that these things are like legal in different places and they can be beneficial, but it's just like an overconsumption of food. When we're eating too much food and you're eating bacon cheeseburgers every day, you're going to get a heart attack. It's just like the natural reality of things, right? But you got me thinking. And again, don't worry, I'm not criticizing anything, okay? Genuinely. I don't personally smoke or do any drugs or anything like that. I love mushrooms every once in a while. Last time I did them, though, was like 3 years ago, me and my wife. And so, but again, it's just like, you know, once in a blue moon or whatever. I actually had a healer tell me, a blind psychic tell me, that I don't need those things because my mind already operates that way without them. It was really interesting. I was like, how'd you know that like I did that though? But they're psychic. But anyways, that was a long time ago. That was like back in California. All right, let's go ahead and move forward here. So Divine Mother, it's about nurturing yourself. And if it's not nurturing you, it's hindering you. All right. If it's not nurturing you, it's hindering you. So reparenting, remothering, some of you guys, it could be healing through a connection with a mother. Maybe you had, you know, your mother was like your first enemy or still is to this day. All right. And we have community in the reverse with relaxation. Yeah, some of you guys have been diving a little too much into pleasure, and there's a need for you to pull back from some sort of community that's not really your community, okay? But you don't do any drugs or smoke. Yeah, only take what resonates, Monet. I know that I share a lot of different downloads, and keep in mind, we don't ever know who's watching these videos. Like, I don't know who's clicking on them, so only take what's resonating. But I am getting this energy here where it's like somebody here needs to spend more time on their own, or you're about to start spending more time on your own. It's given like hermit energy where you gain a lot of wisdom by being in your own energetic center. I'm a firm believer that we are, you know, the equivalent of like the 5 people that we surround ourselves with the most. So if you're surrounded by people that are doing this stuff and you're not doing this stuff, that could be bringing down your vibration because of your auras. Your auras are like spider webs, okay? And so, you know, it's like if they're throwing rocks and leaves and stuff like that, hi love, in their spider web, you know, it's going to block your abundance as well, okay? 5 if you're lucky. I have a few friends, but I do spend the majority of my time alone, and a lot of my friends are more so like FaceTime conversations and stuff like that. It's not, I don't really hang out with a lot of people. So it's just, I spend a lot of time alone and it allows me to remain in my own energy, you know? But anyways, okay, community. Some of you guys need to double verify your community or be vigilant with the people that you're surrounding yourself by. And I'm going to clarify that for you, okay? Messages, please. It's like people that you think are good for you, but they're not good for you. Messages, please, for Libras. Capricorn just got this too, so you could have Capricorn in your chart, or maybe this is a Capricorn or whatever it is, okay? We have the Chariot card. Yeah, you've been mobbing with these people, all right? Mobbing deep. We have the 2 of Pentacles here. And there's something within you that's like tells you that it's not real, it's not sustainable, it's not of substance to be around these individuals Four of Wands, okay, and you're only with them like when you're out partying or having fun here, but you're not listening to your intuition. It's just all like, I don't know, it's something here about not listening to your intuition. Eight of Cups, and not being able to walk away either. Like, I feel like your intuition keeps warning you about these individuals that you're surrounded by. Now for others of you guys, it could be the opposite energy, because polarity always exists, and that's something that I always like to consider. So it could be that you feel like you don't have a community of people that support you here, and you've been spending time within yourself and finding peace within that. Okay, for those of you guys that are in the opposite energy, I do feel like this has been a long time coming, but you are moving forward. Oh yeah, some of you guys are dealing with ego, not your own, but other people's. But it's like you're starting to see the truth in a situation, and you know how you move is very practical, and it's like you are going to find the right community that is coming in for you. So you're switching things up. Gentleness came right back out for you guys. So spirits, like I said, what I said in regards to this deck, and it's just be kind to yourself and others, honor your gentleness, speak words of love. So if you're feeling lonely or isolated or ostracized, you know, because you got rid of a group of friends that were like always partying, or you're just not in that scene anymore, you're doing things differently, you're on the right track. I feel like telling you, like, you are on the right track. You're not meant to be subjected to those energies any longer. Messages, please, for... That's way too many cards. My deck kind of just like vomited everywhere. So tell me what we have here. Messages, please. Thank you. Okay, we have broke ass. That's not a great start, with bad karma and legal issues. We have uninterested and played out. All right, somebody needs to settle their ass down, genuinely. All right, guys, I'm just going to say it here because we all know that I do not sugarcoat. It does not have to be you that I am talking about. So I'm just going to say someone in this situation. I don't think it's you. There is somebody here, though, that it's like they're only getting older and they don't recognize that, okay? They're not growing. They're not evolving. They're still doing the same lame-ass shit that they were doing when they were, you know, 17, 18, 19 years old, 20, 21. I don't know. This person acts like they're really unbothered, but they are bothered. This person's going to be played out. Like, their future energy is, like, played out. Like, washed up, you know. It's just, like, a has-been, I just heard. A has-been, okay? This person could be broke. They could have legal issues going on in their life. It's like they're not taking life seriously. It's a form of self-sabotage, though. Okay? We have the Three of Cups in the reverse, and it's because the people that they hang out around, these people are... literally blocking this person's abundance. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Strength card in the reverse. It's like having such a strong desire to like fit in and have some sort of clique or circle or have something that they make other things for themselves unattainable. They have the opportunity to walk away, but again, they don't have the courage to like walk away. They don't have the courage to be different here. All right, tell me about played out. We have the Nine of Swords. This person knows it too. They know that their time is up, okay? Like, they're hearing the clock. Yeah, Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Swords. But at the same time, they're sabotaging because they're not actually doing anything about it. I feel like this person hates on you a lot, okay? They hate on your spirituality, your light, your magic, your power. Why? Wheel of Fortune here and the Justice in the reverse, because they feel like life hasn't been fair. You know, they could have been doing better than you at one point in time, but they're not doing better than you now. Okay, Four of Cups. Yeah, now they're being like rejected here, but that's because they're not in alignment. It's because their energy is fragmented. Okay, King of Wands in the reverse and the Death card. They would, yeah, this person has to go through like an ego death, genuinely. I feel like this person tries to like micromanage or control things in their reality, like the way that they look, the way that they come off, etc., instead of just being like vulnerable and real. Okay, Nine of Wands, and they're exhausted. Like, they're exhausted by this. So you could have a broke ass with legal issues who acts nonchalant, is a player, in whatever formality, okay? Or they're just like, they're holding on to the lifestyle. Like, this is that person that's, 60 years old. I don't think that they're 60, but I'm just giving the energy of it. That's 60 years old and still talking about their famous touchdown from high school, even though they never made it to college or professional football. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do they call it? The, glory days. The glory days. This is that type of energy. They're like still trying to live out their glory days, but there's no glory here. They might hate on you for your spirituality. Now, if this is you, let's take it back a notch. Okay, understand that I speak things respectfully with truth here. I'm not here to bring anybody down. All right, I feel like you're hanging around people that are stealing from your abundance, and they're actually a spiritual hater. It's like they can see your light, that your purpose and what you're meant to have in this world, and you have the opportunity to see it too, but you don't. Okay, and I feel like you're sabotaging, whether this is consciously or unconsciously, because with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, that's denial. And the Ace of Swords in the reverse, like not seeing things clearly and being in complete and utter denial. Okay, thinking, I can continue living this way or whatever it is. So for some of you guys, this could be a friend of yours as well. An old friend, okay, with the Three of Cups in the reverse, but it's like somebody's not happy. They're not happy with the way that their life is going, and because of that unhappiness, they're sabotaging. That's very, very common, okay? It's very common for people to sabotage. And you can see it in so many different ways. People sabotage in love every day. They sabotage in finances because they don't feel worthy of it, so then they end up like getting canceled or whatever online. There's so many different ways to sabotage. So be mindful of whatever this is and however it's playing out for you. And know that, you have a huge light. You have a lot of magic and power within you, but it's up for you to see it. Or up to you to see it, okay? I didn't get any specific signs, and I just put the cards away, but yeah, haunted. I do feel like whoever this person is, though, they're haunted. They could have like an entity attachment with that haunted card coming out as well. Let's get into finances and career. Finances and career. Right away, we have the Mask card. As I break open the deck, this card says theft, okay? Literally, secret stash. Like, I don't know, man. People are stealing abundance here. Messages, please. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Tell me about how their abundance is defrosting, though. Nice, okay? We have the Face card. That's great. Ooh, Fruits of Labor. It is coming out in the reverse, but it's still here. And we have Inheritance in the reverse, but it's still here, okay? Overall, you have Ornaments. All right, babies, you're in this energy of celebrations, all right? And I'm saying that because, again, your abundance is defrosting. This is the epitome of your abundance is defrosting, okay? And keep putting in the hard work here. For those of you guys, though, where you're continuously allowing this community in the reverse to siphon your light, your energy, to fragment you, to steal from you in that type of way, I'm going to be real with you. I feel like you're still frozen, all right? I feel like your abundance is always meant to be yours, but it's going to be frozen until you walk away from these circles, these cycles I'm hearing. Now, for others of you guys where you've already walked away, now's the time to really anchor into this work, okay? I feel like you're very self-made. There's some sort of like exposure or reputation that's coming in for you, or like you're building this reputation for yourself, and there's a lot of extra money, mature investments, reasons to celebrate. Messages, please, about Fruits of Labor. The World card in the reverse. You're almost there, okay? I know you're not feeling the success right now because you're just putting in the hard work. Nine of Cups, exactly what I'm saying, but it's going to be coming in. Nice. We have King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Four of Wands. But there are individuals here that are envious of you. You have to understand that envy, that evil eye and stuff like that, that's real. Like, spiritual hygiene should be applied absolutely daily. It's like brushing your teeth or putting on deodorant, okay? And I hope that you brush teeth and like floss or water pick at least, okay, at the very least. I'll put on deodorant every day, right? It's just somebody doesn't want to see you come into these Fruits of Labor. I'm being real with you about that, okay? Tell me about Inheritance, the Nine of Wands, and the reverse. So you're kind of in this battle for your inheritance, for this abundance, the Sun card, but you're meant to get it. All right. King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Temperance card in reverse. Somebody is pulling on you, man. Like, what is this? This could be a coworker. This could be somebody in your home environment, like a roommate or something like that. It could be somebody that you go out and you like hang out with, a community. Somebody in your community is trying to disrupt you. Now, here's the deal. Cleanse yourself, cleanse your home. All right, stay focused, stop getting distracted, call back all of your power, find your peace, ground your energy, get out into nature, spend time alone. It's going to recalibrate these energies. Now, for those of you guys that again already have been doing this, there's massive success coming in, possibly even fame, okay, or notoriety. And it could be fame in any type of way where it's like you're really well known for whatever you do for a living. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, you could be a really well-known bartender and everyone like in your town loves you and they come to see you here. You have a lot of regulars. It's that type of energy. Messages, please. Ornaments. We have if I didn't throw cards here, we have the Hangman and the Upright, which you're seeing things through a new perspective and you're doing things for you because that is what you want. But you do have to heal some sort of attachments in order for this to come in, okay? So again, your abundance is defrosting. If you've already healed through these attachments, that is great. Some of you guys are going to be healing. This is going to be really healing for your finances. You're going to be able to pay off like some sort of debts or, car notes or whatever it is here, okay? Credit cards. It's just going to make you feel very empowered. Some of you guys could work in debt management, or you could be working with like a financial advisor as well. You could be a financial advisor. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to be real with you. It is in the reverse. Okay. MVI sounds dope. Thank you. Yeah, that was just a weird slip up. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, so it's not quite here just yet. It is retrograde season though, my loves. Number one. Number two, Ten of Swords in reverse. It depends on your healing process and, you wanting it. When you prove to the universe that, and you show up for it every single day, that's when the rewards really come in. With Saturn being retrograded right now, which it went retrograde a couple days ago, and then we have Mercury going retrograde. We're going to have a few other planets going retrograde, but we'll just talk about those too, since they're the most relevant at this moment in time as I'm making this video live. With Saturn retrograde, you have to remain very consistent with the work that you're putting in, okay? And it does make the rewards a little bit harder, but it also brings the rewards in so they last a lot longer, okay? It has a lot of substance to it. So don't give up. Don't consider this to be like, oh, damn, this isn't what I wanted to hear, Carissa. I promise you it's what you need to hear, though. If you clicked on this reading and you've made it this far, this is what you need to hear. I promise you your abundance is defrosting. Do not give up. Continue to strive and work hard for what you want. And remember that the planet of working hard is going backwards right now. Okay, it's moving backwards, but baby, that doesn't mean that you don't have within you what you need to move forward. Okay, yes, the veil is very thin, and it's only going to get thinner as we move into eclipse season and then into October. All right, your work is paying off, but you're tired. You're working on your podcast. I love that. I love that for all of you guys, and I wish you nothing but success. But baby, I already know it's your inheritance. It's your inheritance. You will have the success. You have so many good cards. Yes, they're a little bit upside down in certain ways, but it's okay. It's just where we readjust, we retune our energies, and we align for the success coming in the Sun card here. It's going to make you very happy once it does come in. It's going to feel like a sense of just relief. Oh my goodness, relief. But again, you are very much so in alignment. We'll get one more card here. Oh, nice. Okay, innovation. Yeah. So, keep coming up with new strategies and plans. Remember to create and test new ideas here and be mindful of your spending in the meantime. Be careful of drama. Like I said, drama is going to block this wealth, okay? Drama is going to block this well. So be careful of who you've got in your community. Stay mindful of who you're telling what, and just be your authentic self. Let's get into matters of the heart, please, for Libras. Matters of the heart, please, for Libras. Libra's energy. Libra's energy, please. Mirror in the reverse. Interesting. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I felt it. I feel like you guys are definitely going to be impacted by this retrograde season. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel like this is a time for a lot of introspection and self-reflection. Okay, it's a time to make new memories and move forward here and find like your own honeymoon energy that you're very happy with, because there's an energy of like you're surrounded by people or a specific person right now that cares a lot about their self-image, but they don't care about you. They don't care about the relationship or the connection with you. And they're not a mirror of you either. This isn't something where it's like you guys are mirroring each other. You're not. With the mirror card in the reverse, you are not mirroring this person. This isn't like, oh, this is what my frequency attracted. Like, no. Sometimes we're just really good people that attract a lot of fucked up energies. Okay? And let's see. Tell me about this. Be mindful of like your communication. Yeah, the Empress card in the reverse and the Nine of Swords in the upright. Somebody here is like questioning here, like, why do I keep on attracting a specific type of energy? Why do I keep on attracting karmic individuals or people who don't appreciate me, people who, you know, care more about their public image than they do to be a person that moves with integrity and a moral compass, you know? It's not you. I feel like Spirit's like hugging you. Yeah, 8 of Cups here. It's not you. The thing is like no matter what, the brighter your light, the more capacity that you hold for darkness. And that's why it still is attracted to you. And I feel like crying right now for some reason. So I feel like this makes you really emotional. And I just want to remind you, like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. And I feel like the synergy of, like, you feel broken or you feel like there's something wrong. And, like, you're used to blaming yourself. Now, let me explain this. You're used to blaming yourself, Libra, because you can control the problem if it's you. But you don't have control of others when it's not you. And so it's a lot easier to be the problem, right? Because you're like, I can fix that. I can change. I can grow. And I love your accountability. I genuinely do. But it's not your issue. And so that's why you're so afraid, because it's something that you can't control and it's going to require a divine surrender. Now, again, the more light that you hold, the larger darkness that's going to be attracted to you. Okay? It's just how things work. It's called polarity. And as we level up in frequency and we raise our vibration, the polarity also levels up. The darkness, the spiritual attacks, the karmics, they level up too. I know a lot of like the new age bullshit will convince you that like, you know, you have to be emotionally secure to find an emotionally secure partner. That's a very nuanced thing. And it's hard because these teachers come from pure places, including myself. I know I've said that, all right? We come from pure places when we're sharing that, but we have to recognize that it's very nuanced and it's not just that black and white. You know, there are tons of areas of gray and red within that gray. And so, yeah. Okay, tell me about Mercury retrograde here. Tell me about Mercury retrograde. The Judgment card. All right, this is where you're moving with clarity, okay? Temperance and balance. You are moving with a lot more self-love. You're creating, like I said, this honeymoon phase within your life. The Seven of Swords came out sideways and the Four of Pentacles. You're able to have very strong discernment and move away from people. It's like, yeah, you look good, but you're not a good person. Like, you are not good for me. You are not aligned to my morals, my integrity, my values here. 5 of Pentacles. And it's like you're able to pull yourself out of things before they even get bad, which is a very powerful place to be. You know? Tell me about this. The Hierophant. You're right with God, with the universe, and there is a divine connection here for you. Okay, there is the Fool card here, and the Hierophant. There's some sort of brand new beginning, and because of your devotion to your growth, to your own evolution, you are not going to be alone forever. I just feel like, you know, you have to continue saying no to the universe and being very stern on like your boundaries in order for the universe to send you a yes. And an example of that is like, okay, everybody knows that I came from a very abusive marriage. All right, put me in the hospital, everything like that. I left that, and every relationship that I've had has leveled me up in some sort of way. Okay, and I'm very grateful for all my relationships, even the negative ones. And right before my wife, I dated somebody technically for like 3 months, but we were only together for 3 weeks in person. And I made a lot of excuses during that time, and I was quickly shown, like, yo, this is exactly like the abusive marriage that you were stuck in. And once I finally decided and I said, nope, this is not for me, and I walked away, and then instead of walking away and feeling guilty, like, or stupid or whatever it may have been, I felt proud of myself, like, wow, it only took you 3 weeks to genuinely acknowledge what was not right for you. And then because of that, then I went out there with an open heart. I was in my own honeymoon phase of just like loving myself, loving my life, choosing myself, choosing what made me happy, what I knew what would be right for me. And because of that, I walked right into the relationship with my wife. Okay, well, it didn't happen quite like that, obviously. But, essentially, ended up meeting my wife, and I'm very grateful for that. So I do feel like, don't let this discourage you and be like, oh, I'm never going to find anybody just because you keep attracting those things. No, it's just like how you walk away from these energies and how you tell the universe, no, this isn't for me. Again, I'm going to leave this on a note with your abundance is defrosting, and that includes with matters of your heart, your abundance in every form here. So keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. Okay, anchor yourself in gratitude and bliss. Like for me, again, I said I anchored myself in gratitude. I was like, I'm so grateful that it only took me 3 weeks. Old me, it would have taken 10 years. All right, and I've really grown and I've evolved and transformed. So, yes, just practice that self-love, that gentleness, and be kind to yourself. Libras, messages, please, for my Libras to close out this reading. Pay attention to your dreams. Lots of prophetic energies are coming through for the entire collective over these next transits here. So pay attention. Lots of downloads, crown chakra energies. Write down your dreams or try to remember as much detail as possible. We do have blocked chakras coming up for you as well. A Reiki attunement, okay? You also have psychic attack. Protect yourself. That is that like evil eye energy. Those individuals that are siphoning off of you. People are projecting their pain onto you. Yeah. So be mindful of that. Be careful of that. Messages for Libras. Thank you. You are a pure soul with good intentions. Again, whoever that, love message was for, you're a good person. You deserve love. And there is someone that is literally destined for you. Okay? I love that. So we have harness your full potential. Yeah, now's not the time to play small. I believe that was the reading of last week's, or the title of last week's reading. And today it's really being applied. All right. And then you have karmic justice. Balance and restoration is coming. It is happening for you. I'm pretty sure that card came out for you guys last week as well. We are pulling strings in your favor. The divine is working in your favor on your behalf. Feel through your emotions without identifying with them. Again, you're not a bad person. And center of the deck here, take back control in your life, okay? You have the opportunity to control when this inheritance and the fruits of your labor, this abundance comes in for you. You guys have got this. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. I know it hasn't been easy, but you're out here really doing the damn thing. So yeah, don't forget to like my reading here, share it with a friend if you feel like they'd benefit from this. Leave me a comment below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, Libras.